Okay, now, how else can I say it? Merry Christmas? Should I shout? Should I scream? Should I roll on the floor? Or should I even beat the drums? That's if I have. Wherever you are in the city of Lagos or wherever you are, even worldwide, because we know some people are actually watching on the YouTube. Well, have yourself a Merry Christmas. And thank you for letting us be a part of your Christmas day today. My name is Tunbosun Gilbert. We are looking very reddish.
Yeah, very reddish. Touch of red, touch of white. It's Christmas, come on.
Touch of red, touch of white.
Yeah.
Touch of gifts.
Exactly, meat.
Meat.
Yes,
turkey.
Right.
Whichever way you look at it.
Exactly, come on. It's the Christmas edition, you know. We're so happy. Another Christmas, another year has come. And it's almost gone. And Tunbosun, it's been a fantastic year. And we're happy that you are out there as well, sharing Christmas with us, allowing us to come into your homes. And some of you who, like us, are in the office, you know, come into it and, you know, give you the Christmas edition on New Day. And our mission is to make this show the voice of a new generation. Okay, now you heard that. It's time for us to go for a very short break. And when we come back, it's the Christmas edition of your program, New Day, the voice of the new generation. Please stay with us.
Wanna be in the know? Tune to the show. It's called New Day, now in your zone. Touching the work and career. Ends up in the play zone. Take luck to entertain, inspire to make you feel at home. And it's all about you. It's all about you. New Day. New Day. It's the new day. New Day. It's a new day.
Mommy Bola le karo. Yakudi, e karo customer.
Make we dey always follow our conscience because e dey tell us the correct thing.
I suppose Sabi waiting good.
Do the right thing. Let's change the way we think.
It is a night to celebrate young people doing exceptionally well in various fields. Bedecked in tasty apparel, guests arrive Lagos for the 2014 Future Africa Awards.
I think I've attended every Future Award since they started.
I was at the very first one and I've been to several.
I mean, I've heard so much about it, and then the lineup to that looks really beautiful.
I love the future. It's not about celebrating showbiz every time. It's not music, movies. Now, we're celebrating the brightest and the best of African youths.
The future it gets better. We started with it as a national thing, but now it's a continental thing.
Look at where we are now. They went from being Future Nigeria to Future Africa.
Tonight I want to see some great performances, and I also want to see some musicians become hosts.
It's not about Nigeria anymore. It's about the world right now and other African communities and all of that.
Essentially bringing the whole of Africa together. You know, in terms of inspiring the youth, inspiring the future of Africa, basically.
But I do wish everybody the best with the awards.
I wish them all the best, sincerely.
Good luck, guys.
Keeping with the tradition of the awards, the hashtag Stop Ebola campaign to get 1 million young Africans engaged in fighting the scourge ravaging countries in the West African region was this year's build-up to the evening's ceremonies.
We count for nearly 71% of people living with HIV worldwide. and 90% of all malaria deaths happen in sub-Saharan Africa. Then there is Ebola, with thousands infected and dead across West Africa in the past few weeks. And we're still on the matter. We have a lot to do, ladies and gentlemen. We have a lot to do.
3 generations of Africans from different walks of life brought glitz and glamour to the evening, with a winner emerging in the essay competition for secondary school students.
And in first place is Uwako Kano Anita of Stella Maris College.
I thank the Future Awards Africa for giving me the opportunity to be here today. Thank you so much.
Tunes and performances rendered by award-winning singers and musicians.
I'm in chains, you're in chains too. Our uniforms, you are uniforms too. I'm a prisoner, you're a prisoner too.
And presentations made by top professionals from public and private sectors of business and governance.
President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan would have loved to be here, but for some state matters, he's unable to be with you. Sometime last year, he hosted the awardees of this program.
Now in its 7th year, the high point of the evening came when an auction was made to raise money for the hashtag Stop Ebola campaign.
I personally think the opening bid of this dress should go from at least 200,000 naira. At least. That's the opening bid. And my time starts now.
The 2014 Future Africa Awards, multi-hosted by personalities prominent in their various fields, lived up to its mission of recognizing the hard work and credible contributions to humanity made by young people between 18 and 21 in order to encourage leadership and promote enterprise in Africa.
It's a long journey, and it didn't just start now. And I've been working in public service as a volunteer, as a freelance, as someone who got paid, someone who didn't get paid. You know, it's the journey is filled with all of these things. You know, what I can pinpoint to say that I was nominated because I have this zeal, this perseverance to want to fight, to want to make things work. And I think that's what the Future Award stands for. You know, looking for excellence leaders and stuff. So it's been a tough one, and I'm happy today. The future I dreamt about starts tonight.
In March next year, we'll turn 30. I can't wait for that day to come. More importantly, it will be 15 years since I started my work career. And all of that 15 years have been focused on the youth. In many respects, things have changed across the country. Enterprise is in vogue. Young people are able to express themselves and hold government accountable. The civic and job spaces are slowly expanding. In other ways, however, things remain the same. Hopelessness, joblessness, faithlessness, and despair. Our work has directly targeted these problems as they face young Nigerians and Africa. We thank from the bottom of our hearts the sponsors and funders who have made today and this year possible.
This is New Day. It's a new day. Boom. If you're watching New Day, this is where you should be.
Keep watching New Day.
If you don't, the big homie will come after you.
May every new day of yours be completely new.
Area, yo people, it's the voice of Lagos. You're tuned to New Day. It's a new day.
Hi, my name is Asha. Keep watching New Day.
Welcome back to the show. We just saw clips from the Future Africa Awards that took place 2 weekends ago. And Tunbosun, it was an interesting ceremony.
Exactly. And I like the fact that, you know, it's the Ebola initiative.
Oh, yes, fantastic.
And, you know, I was watching the news 2 days ago, and some countries are still like, they're going to have a sad Christmas because they still have this
countries
Ebola
like
thing.
Sierra Leone, especially Liberia. You know, it's quite sad. Another high point of the night was the 1 million naira dress bought by popular blogger Linda
Linda
Ikeji,
Ikeji.
you know.
Well done.
And it's all going for the Ebola campaign, which is fantastic. Millionaire is no small money for a dress.
By the way, talking about this Ebola thing, it's a good thing that we don't have it again in Nigeria.
Oh, yes.
But I have this little cousin, he's
Okay.
3 years. So I went to his house and I said, okay, so I'm bringing you to my house. I'm
Yeah.
going to bring your dad, because I used the word bring,
Yeah.
not take you. I said, I'm going to bring your dad, I'm going to bring your mom, I'm going to I mentioned everybody. He said, no, no, no. It was serious. No, 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 we're not going. I said, why? He said, there is Ebola. This guy is 3. I said, excuse me, in whose house is there Ebola? He said, he's not going because there's Ebola. In whose house?
Well, you can't blame because, you know, it happened during, exactly.
Exactly, everybody,
So,
even for a 3-year-old, he didn't want
he
to
had
have
to
it.
be very cautious. Exactly. You can't blame the young chap. Come on.
Exactly. Anyway, it's enough of Ebola.
Yeah.
It's still the Christmas edition.
Exactly. It's fun all the way today, you know. It's when the season of fun.
Yeah.
When the season of Christmas, giving, sharing, and collecting. Yes, collecting. Collecting. And so far, I'm still awaiting hampers to Tunbosun.
Okay, don't worry. They're on their way.
They're on their way. Fantastic.
Give us the rundown, please.
Well, what we just saw, like I said, on this is Lagos segment, that was the Future Awards. And later on the show, we have, on the Spam segment, someone who knows how to dance, who can sing to an extent as well, and is quite popular worldwide. Not just in this area of the world, is popular. His works have taken him to different places. And Tunbosun, I just can't wait to get into that segment. So,
Or maybe he needs to teach you how to dance. Because this is bones.
Tunbosun, me.
They've
Wait,
refused to
before the show started, Tunbosun, I was dancing. I was dancing. I was giving you steps, you know, punchlines. Come on.
Anyway, today we have the He Said, She Said segment.
Definitely.
And on the He Said, She Said segment today, we'll be talking about, is text message enough for your partner on Christmas Day?
On
Excuse
today,
me, I'm asking you that question. You just said a text message like,
Happy Christmas, so
no chicken, no turkey, no
nothing.
hamper.
Imagine.
That man was very stingy.
What do you mean by that?
After the He Said, I'm coming back to you, don't worry, we'll meet on the other side.
Okay.
And after the He Said, She Said segment,
Yeah.
on the Creative Edge, we have something again that is a bit similar to the Footprint segment today. But wait until we get to that segment.
Yeah, and in People Entertainment, we have someone who goes by the name Chinedu Okoli.
Who is that?
I know most of you. How is Chinedu Okoli? Don't worry, just hold on. We'll give you a story during the segment of People Entertainment.
Exactly. And don't forget that our social media platforms are
Yeah.
always open for you to be very conversational with us. On the Facebook, it's New Day TV Show. Our email address is at newdaytvshow@gmail.com. And Twitter is New Day TV Show.
Exactly. So send in those tweets, send those messages, and the mails as well, and you'll be sure I'll read them here on the show.
Exactly. So it's time for us to go straight on into the Footprint segment. Now, immediately the guy walked in. Of course, I knew he was coming. But the best way to introduce him to some of us is once you say, that Olorioko singer. Sorry, that Olorioko dancer. You already know who we're talking about.
Exactly.
So, Mr. Dayo Liadi, I don't know. I think today is Christmas.
Yeah.
Should you is a question now, dance for us?
Now?
I didn't want to use would. I'm saying should.
Yeah.
I mean, should you dance for us?
Oh, I wouldn't like to dance now.
No.
Okay, after party, right?
Anyway, so we have with us Mr. Dayo Liadi.
Yeah.
He's a dancer, he's a choreographer, and he's doing so well. And like Evan said, he's not only known right here in Nigeria, even abroad. You know, I like a situation where your talent takes you not just local championship, but even international level. So once again, it's good to have you.
Thank you very much.
So how's it been?
I don't know. I've been everywhere. I would say God has been so great in my life, and God has helped me to use my talents positively to develop the society, not just in Nigeria, but everywhere I've been to close to about 70 countries.
70?
Yeah, around the world.
What have you been doing there?
As a dancer, choreographer, dance consultant, to teach, to organize festival, to organize workshop, different stuff, everything about dance.
You know, talking about, because I know many parents now, if you tell them, I don't want to be a lawyer, I don't want to be this, I want to be a dancer. They'll be like, Where is it going to? So for you, how did you start dancing? And relating that to your parents, how did they take that?
How long, like professionally, or when I started as a young boy? As a young boy, I think I started dancing at the age of 6. Yeah, professionally, it's 25 years now.
25. And how? So let's don't worry, I'll come back to calculate. So, 25 years ago plus how many years now? Give us your age. Don't worry, I won't reveal that secret of sex.
I'm a young man.
Yeah,
you look it. You have the energy to.
Yeah, I'm still dancing. I'm still performing. Still. Most of the time these days in Nigeria here, I'm always behind the camera, doing my thing, because I don't really believe I have to be in front of the camera all the time, because I also thought of giving the young ones the chance to be able to express themselves and also encourage them to do it professionally, because the problem we're having in Nigeria is that everybody wants to be known, but they are not really doing professionally. And if you really want to beat them outside or be of that standard of the Western world, you really need to do it as they are doing it there.
We'll come back to you, but then it's time for us to go for a very short break, and it's still on you, the choreographer, the dancer, international champion. What?
The traveler himself.
The tie to self-plate. We'll be right back after this break, and it's a clip on Adedayo Liadi. Please stay with us.
It's still new day, and what we just saw clips of Adedayo performing at the African Cultural Festival. You could see the way he was twisting his body, whining, slamming on the floor, and he cut it off with the drum performance.
Exactly, and you know, that's why I asked you earlier, like, do you drum as well?
Yeah, I drum. I play. I'm not a very good drummer, but I know what I would like to drum. Dance too also.
Fantastic.
Wait, I need to ask you this question. Yeah. Are you the only one that has all the talent? You drum, you girl, everything. Only you.
I would say
did you learn it at a point?
It's a gift from God at the beginning, and after sometimes I had to, I discovered I needed to study it. Then I studied. I went to different dance schools, not in Nigeria actually, in Austria. I was in Dance Web, Europe. In France, I was in CDC Montpellier, CDC CNN Nantes in France. And also I went to Kyunggi University
That should be
in Korea.
South
Korea.
Because you sound like you.
And lots, you know, other dance schools and dance centers where I studied. Not just studying dance, because I was born with it, so I just needed a kind of school.
You were born with it, so your mother's
Exactly. You was ready?
I would say because my mom was a dancer, my dad was a dancer,
so that
yeah, is the gene.
It's hereditary.
Yeah, hereditary. Seriously.
So that means by the time you even told them that you want to full time.
No, they said no.
Really?
Nah, they said no. I fought it.
Oh.
Yeah, for many years.
Okay.
Yeah, they started leaving me when I started. You know, the first time I traveled out of Nigeria, that was 1994. When I had the opportunity, I got a scholarship from the French government to be in France for about 8 years, dancing, studying, just traveling around. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Then they now said,
and they were like, okay, let's see what's going to come out
after
of
you
this.
got the visa to
Yeah.
let's see.
Exactly.
All right, we have exactly. We have a couple of questions on Twitter already, and there's even a request. This one's coming from Kelvin, and he says, "Please, can you do a dance move for us, please?" He wants to say dance move. He says that's what he wants for Christmas. And you know the rule about Christmas. Don't deny anybody his or her gift.
Okay, for you.
No, you are sitting down.
Yay! So let's try.
That's for you.
So let's try. No, let's try.
After the show, don't show them the other side of me.
Okay, I still have another one. Ufoma, she's asking, do you have any dance school around?
Yeah, I don't have a dance school. I have a dance center.
Okay,
Because dance school is basically about teaching, and that's all. But I have a dance center where I organize dance workshop, dance festivals, I organize dance performances, and so on and so forth. Because I'm not just a dancer teaching, but I have this talent on how to present dance to people as a profession also.
Okay, I still have questions coming from Facebook, and this one is asking, what's the difference between you and Kafi, and why didn't you partake in the Guinness World Record?
I wasn't in Nigeria then. That's the first thing. I wasn't in Nigeria during that program, the Guinness Book of Record thing. And Kafi is a young sister to me, and I think he's better also because I would prefer to be a judge than competing with people. Yeah, because that competition came up when I had already gotten the first position in Africa. So now I think I really don't need such competition anymore. I would rather prefer to go to something much more higher in terms of choreography, not in terms of dance, or in terms of dance. I mean consultancy, and something more intellectual.
Talking about dance consultancy, actually, this is like the first time I'm hearing someone say that. Okay, I'm into dance consulting. How does that work in Nigeria?
Yeah, because it's not just about being a traditional dancer, hip hop dancer or Latin dancer. It's about dance as a whole. I can put a show or a program together called dance. I give ideas, I listen to music, give them a kind of idea of movement that the dancers should or could dance to it, that will make a bit of sense. Because most of the dances we're watching is just what we call dance for dancing's sake, or movement for movement's sake, just for entertainment. But because of my education, I'm able to know what is called the interpretation of dance into music, or making statements with movement.
Now I've learned another thing today: interpretation of dance into music. Well done. It sounded like as if you're in a lecture room. And you're
interesting lecture at that.
Yeah, you're receiving Chem 101. So even dance, there is dance. One dance, one.
Yeah, exactly. There are so many. Dance has gone intellectual. It's no more practical. It's a profession. We have people studying dance and choreography in different universities here in Nigeria, and we have so many dance associations and dance organizations all over Nigeria. It's just that very few amongst them is doing it right, but I am sure we will surely get there.
Okay. Let's talk about you. You said you've been to about 70 countries.
Yeah.
Now, how have you been able to manage traveling, dancing, and family?
From a dancing family, and my wife was a dancer.
Oh, okay.
Did you toast her?
Did you meet on set?
I met my wife on set.
I heard.
Like,
so you were setting
when
on
she,
set.
when she was moving, you were just saying.
Yeah, I love dancers generally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
that particular one was.
No, generally. Yeah. I have this special. I have this special, good feelings for dancers. Yeah. Maybe for all dancers generally.
Why are you kicking?
Don't be diplomatic here.
Okay. Then, if you want to talk about the personal side of Adedayo Liadi, this is, I call it like just one answer. I'll be asking you questions and just one answer to me. Your favorite food?
My favorite food, I would say beans.
Okay.
I love beans. Bean cooked with whatever. I just love beans generally.
Your hobbies apart from dancing?
Music, swimming,
Music, swimming.
Driving. Inside this Lagos traffic.
Yeah, not. I just love when I see a smooth road and
like today.
Yeah, like today when I was coming. Yeah, I can drive for 5-6 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if Adedayo Liadi, if it happens not to be a dancer, a drummer, what would you find Adedayo doing?
Athletes. Yeah.
You just love this.
You love
body
something
movement.
that has to do with energy, something.
Yeah, anything that because I don't like. Like I'm sitting here now, it's not part of me. You could see me moving and doing all that, so it's not really part of me. I have my own office, but I'm not often in the office. I move around a lot. I work with. I like anything that has to do with anything physical.
Anything physical at all. That's what we would always find.
Yeah, because it gives me joy. It makes me feel like okay, I'm a human being.
They say that the jobs you do. There's no job that does not have a challenge.
Yeah.
What do you think a challenge would be for a dancer?
The challenge, we have so many. Here in Nigeria is financial. And also we don't have the right doctors to take care of dancers here in Nigeria, because we have special doctors. That takes good care of dancers, just like the footballers.
Yeah, the physiotherapists.
Yeah, the physiotherapists and the rest of them. So because we don't have them many in Nigeria, they are really not always there. So it's difficult. So most of the time, when I'm injured or when I injure myself on sets, I have to wait until I get to Europe to take care of myself. And
it's not everybody that can actually afford that.
Exactly.
And so many dancers are stopped dancing because of that. So many, because there is. The fund is not there, the hospital is not there, the doctors are not there.
Okay, now I want to ask you this question. Most times when you ask people this question, they'll just give you one word like that, and they don't want to go. They just say, okay. Now, professionally, how much are we supposed to be paying dancers?
Yeah, like if I want to contract somebody to come and dance for me.
Wait, let's do it this way. I'm releasing my music video in January. I want you to come and dance for me. How much will I pay you?
For me to dance, that we...
No, don't forget that we know each other down.
That we can talk about then.
Okay, professionally, how much will it be?
Professionally, it depends, because we have to check the caliber of the artist. That is how you have to charge. You cannot charge an upcoming artist
the
same amount you charge all these stars and the rest of them. And for some other productions, maybe live performances and the rest, also we charge according to the companies, the standard, the name of the company. So we are into both small shows and
big shows.
But you still not answered my question. The reason I'm asking this question is because I want to know
cheapest.
Exactly. I want to know how well people appreciate dance.
You can't know that actually, because you can only know that in the West, because in the West they have a fixed price.
Okay.
But in Nigeria, there is no fixed price. It depends on
your
bargaining power,
your bargaining
or the way you package yourself.
All right. So talking about next year, what are we expecting from? What should we expect from you next year? Any new plans?
I have lots of plans. The first in January, I'll be out of Nigeria twice, 2 countries. Then February, I'm in Nigeria. From March, I'm hoping to be in Europe, within Europe and Nigeria.
Oh, so you're shuffling.
Shuffling, yes. And in June, also in Europe. But from October, November, December, I have my own festival which I'm organizing called True Festa International Dance Festival. I have about 15 countries coming in.
Oh,
yeah,
massive.
It's the 9th edition of the festival. Yeah, any style, be it hip hop, contemporary, traditional. Yeah, it's not just dance. I'm more intellectual about dance. Maybe because of my education, because I'm not just a practical dancer anymore. I discuss dance. I teach dance. I talk dance.
I can even remember when you were a judge on one of those dancing competition. The way you were speaking.
Exactly.
Sounded like a lecturer. Like I was like, so this guy that moves his body this way, can he sound?
Exactly. It's quite nice, and I think it's a welcome development. You know, for Nigerian dancers to become more intellectual. Don't just dance. You know, understand what you're dancing.
Remember, you need to the interpretation of the dance must fit with the music. Did I get that? Was what you said earlier.
Interpreting the dance to suit the music.
But I still try small.
So no more shock here. No more shock.
No, don't worry. Everything, all joy. Anyway, it's time to let you go. But before you go, I want you to look into that camera and wish just one person a Merry Christmas. So I'll know who you love most.
Okay, this is to my wife and my children. They are not in Nigeria now. I wish you, my wife and my children, Happy Christmas, and I love you all.
Oh. By the way, is a text message enough for your partner on the Christmas? Yes or no?
A text message from?
From you to your wife?
To your wife, and that's all you're giving her?
We've talked this morning.
So, and that's all, no gift.
I've sent messages, we've Skyped, we've done so, with my children and all of them. So.
But not just only text message.
Not just only
exactly. Thank you. Help me tell them. It's time to let you go. Have yourself a beautiful Christmas and a very beautiful 2015.
Thank you very much.
We were speaking with Adedayo Liadi. You would know him as the Olorioko dancer. He's a choreographer and he's multi-talented.
a dance consultant as well.
It's time for us to go for a break now. When we come back, it's still the Christmas edition of New Day, the voice of the new generation. Please stay with us.